I said, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. ESPN offered me a job, turned them down. I just bet on myself. And it's slow and grow. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's easy. It's, you know what I mean? But I said, you know what? I'm not going to allow something to own my time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Uber, this is your business. You know what I mean? You got to upsell people. So like the example of Uber is, like, you get in the club free, but it's a 2-drink minimum. So, for example, what that is, car chargers, gums. Yeah. You buy it for $0.25, you sell it for $1. You know what I mean? Because 2 o'clock at night when they leave in the club, I guarantee you they need their phone charge. So I don't have a charge, but you can buy one for $5. You know what I mean? You can have this one and plug it in, and they'll be, oh yeah. Hey dog, you got gum? Yeah, $1, and they'll buy it. You know what I mean? Little things. You don't want to have like big things where you gotta, yeah. Yeah, you got that 2-drink minimum rule is amazing. It's a business rule. You know what I mean? It's the trick. Like the 99-cent rule and when you're selling things. How much is it? $99.99.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not 100. No, it's not $99.99. See how it tricks the mind.
And that's the psychographics of things too.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
That 2-drink minimum.
Yeah, that two. Yeah.
I just thought about it.
Yeah, 2-drink minimum rule. You'll trick people at you'll fool people. Like how they do it on. They always say free shipping before they tell you the cost.
Yeah.
Free shipping, and then they say $37.99. They don't know the shipping is built into the cost. Yeah.
It should actually cost $30, but they charge $7.99 to ship it.
Yeah. This is game. Game 101.
I don't know everything, but I know I'm on point.
Yeah.
I'm not naive like 18-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, you like, what is that? Just being pragmatic.
Yeah.
Like understanding common sense, understanding the psyche of common sense. Like, you know, 1 + 1 always equals 2. No one's ever giving you anything for free. Yeah. They may not need it now. They may need something 3 years from now, 3 days later, 3 months from now. But they're preparing you for the betterment of the relationship between the two of you. Yeah, I ran across this bridge today. I ran to Manhattan. That sounds far as hell.
Yeah, it does. You know what's funny? When I tell my friends, from Nashville, when I tell my friends, like, yo, I rode my bike, you know, through Manhattan. I went to Times Square, got it, and I rode back. He was like, you rode your bike to Manhattan? When I showed him the map, it's like, so you rode your bike all the way out here? From here? Like, yeah. What happened? I was like, people run this shit.
Yeah. Like Diddy.
People runs this shit. People run, like, literally from Sunset to the Brooklyn Bridge. And then get on the train back to Sunset or whatever. Yeah, but people does this regularly. I said, you know, you just gotta, like you said, don't take these little things for granted.
You can't. I took this for granted far too long. Don't you know I've run to the Eiffel Tower, I've run to the Sydney Opera House, whatever. I done been around the world. In my early years, I traveled extensively. And come to Brooklyn, man. Since I've been in New York, I've come to New York 30 times, 40 times, you know what I mean, and said, I'll do it next time. I'll do it next time. I know I'm coming back. So I might get hit by a car. I might get cancer. You know, like I might get HIV positive. No, that's not possible. Get HIV positive, but I'm just saying that you don't know what can happen. You know, and I might not have the ability to run. I might tear an ACL and Achilles. You know what I mean? So maximize your moments, man.
It's a good run in the morning for sure.
Yeah, the humidity is high too, so it's like a double workout per se. You know, you can get the water out of your body. What events you run?
I did hurdles.
Oh, did you?
400 hurdles. Yeah.
Are you tall?
I'm only like 5'10"
5'10" and a half.
I had quick twitch speed.
Okay.
And along with that, well, it was funny because compared to like actual sprinters, I'm not near. My foot speed is not as fast as theirs, but I cover more distance than you know, like than they do.
Gotcha.
But I was mainly a 400-meter hurdler.
Okay.
That was like my primary event. And I love that shit. A lot of people tell you, "Oh, that shit," because the 400 is not a. That shit is the 400 and the 800 is
a grown man race. It's a grown man race.
Grown man. It's a full sprint.
Yeah, it's like the heavyweight division.
It's a full sprint. People think when you look at it on TV,
it's the hardest race ever. It's the hardest race, and I know I had to do 400 meters. I ran track in college. I had to do.
Everything hurts. Coming home.
Yeah. Yeah, everything.
And then the track seemed longer on the way back.
Oh yeah, I know.
So yeah, so like, yeah, that was like, I used to love that race. People used to call me crazy, like, how you do 400 with hurdles? I'm like, actually, it's kind of easier because
same way I ride my bike to
like
Manhattan.
Yeah, it's like it's technique and rhythm. Hurdles is all rhythm and technique. So it's all about how you go over and how you come down, much less to how you are in between for 400 hurdles. So yeah, a lot of people didn't understand that. I didn't make it, but I had Junior Olympic tryouts.
Oh, good.
2012. And that's like 18 and under Olympics. That summer I was turning 19, so I was still eligible. That race, I pulled my hamstring. I had 4 more hurdles to go, and I was winning the race.
Were you?
Yeah. So that was a hard one to take.
I bet. How'd you like your college experience? What'd you get your degree in?
That's the funny thing. When you told me you cover the sports and everything, I studied media, TV,
really?
radio production. Yeah.
So you like boxing and shit?
I like sports.
Really?
Like I went to the high school of sports management.
Really?
So what I wanted to do.
I'm gonna give you my contact information.
Be a host, like host,
like AJ and Free,
all of that. I used to have a mini segment show in high school. I got to college, I had a radio show.
Really?
All of that. Only thing I'm not, well, not that I'm not good, but I don't like to do is write.
Really?
I don't like to write, but I can talk all day.
So you can talk boxing with people and all that?
I could Stephen A. Smith you all day.
Are you serious?
I can Stephen A. Smith you all day.
Really?
And not break a sweat. Like that's me.
You're not gonna coon like him though, right?
Nah.
All right, all right. That mother. Hey,
I ain't no son.
Hey, you got to go through my page. Me and Stephen A. Smith has the most epic debates. No, I'm serious. Like me and Stephen A.
Yeah.
Oh, we have the most epic debates.
Okay.
Oh my God, me and Stephen A. go in. He'd be like, hey, his security guard says he has a bodyguard every time. He says, man, you are the only dude that will stand up to Stephen A. Smith. Man, he's a fucking. He's such a. Sometimes he pissed me off.
He pissed me off too sometimes.
I believe he means well. You know, he went to HBSU, right? HBCU, excuse me. Yeah, and so I understand where he's coming from. I understand his sentiment. I understand that pick up your own bootstraps, pick your own self up. Yeah. But sometimes you got to meet people where they're at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for example, if a motherfucker is hungry, and you trying to say, you got to be a fucking millionaire. You got to buy your own house.
Yeah.
Feed the man first.
Or show him how you can.
Yeah. Teach him how to fish. Yeah. You know, like, things got to go in sequential order, you know?
Definitely. You can't run before. You can't walk before you crawl.
Yeah. You know, and Stephen A. forgets the part of quote unquote of him living in the house with 5 people. I don't know if he was, but I'm just giving an example of him growing up with 5 people, him grinding to get a full ride. He was a basketball player, right? So a full basketball scholarship, etc. You know, he forgets them lonely days in Philadelphia at the beginning of his days when he was covering the 76ers and no one knew him, you know? So yeah, he forgets them times, so.
Hey, you like Skip?
Whew. Ooh, Skip. Ooh. Man, all he needs is a motherfucking sheep over his. Oh man, Steve, Skip, Jesus. Ooh, Skip, my man, Skip.
Skip, man.
Oh man,
Skip is another one.
yeah, Skip
He
is.
something else for real.
Yeah. Skip is like, oh my God. Who I do like, I like Shannon Sharp.
Oh, I love Shannon Sharp.
I like Shannon
I
Sharp.
love Shannon Sharp. I love Shannon Sharp.
I like Jalen Rose.
I do too. I like him. I don't like him when he's covering playoffs.
Oh really? He becomes biased?
Yeah.
Biased, like, okay.
I don't like when he's
I might got to read into that more. I don't like what he said about Le'Veon Bell this morning, but
He said something.
oh, he was like Le'Veon Bell is hurting the team by holding. I'm like, hold up.
Wait.
Hold the fuck up, nigga. What do you mean? I'm not watching football this year. Oh, that's my disclaimer, but it was on. It was talking. He got a radio morning show. But I'm like, nigga, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Football is 1 year contract.
Yeah.
It's not like guaranteed money like the NBA.
Yeah.
He said, nigga, let him get his money.
That's it.
Let the man get his money. He's earned it. He deserves it.
Yeah.
And he only get one shot at this. You think your prime comes 14 times a year?
Right.
I mean, 14 times in your career? Shit, you may get 2 deals. Lucky. If basketball is a little bit, you got a higher propensity.
Yeah.
But football, you never know. Like we
that.
talked about season the moment. Let him get his money. You know, you got these rookie contracts. These rookies come in and get big deals. Barkley's probably making more money than him.
Yeah.
You know, so
Saquon, definitely.
yeah. So, but yeah, I might fuck the NFL this year, man.
That's how I feel too.
I'm not fucking with. I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm not fucking with it at all.
Really?
The NFL?
I respect you for that.
For the last 3 years, I haven't really.
Really?
I don't even hear about it. But
Yeah, like when Sports Center is on, you watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bottom line, you can't help but pay attention to the bottom line and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
to be like, yo, the game about to come on, let me tell you. I didn't even do that for the Super Bowl.
Really?
NFL, man, that shit is. I just don't like how it's going.
Yeah. It's I'm all in on Colin Kaepernick. I taught my son how to say Colin Kaepernick's name the other day. Had a 15-minute conversation with my son. He didn't know what the hell was going on, but I want to have those moments with him. I want to teach myself to have these moments with my son, you know. So as important it was for him, it was important for me to begin to have these moments with him, you know. So
I'm all cap.
I'm all what?
I'm all cap.
Man, I believe in him. Like, you know, I'm gonna tell you how the importance of Cap is. I spent a $200 Uber ride, Lyft ride yesterday. I left the airport. I went and saw Malcolm X. Malcolm X is buried over in Mount Vernon area.
Right.
So it cost me $200 an Uber ride to go to his gravesite and see him and Betty Shabazz as his wife. Right. And so I went and paid my respects to Malcolm X. And what tells me to bring that up and the value of it is that's going to be Colin Kaepernick to you. That's going to be Colin Kaepernick to my son. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying it's important that we keep this story alive. Even if 10 people say "fuck you," I'm watching the NFL. It's going to be one person a year from now be like, "Yeah, I remember I had that conversation." You know, tell me your name.
Oh,
Jaleel Frederick, man. And thank you. So it's so keep on exuding that energy because I don't want Malcolm X teachings to die. You know, I think it's important. I think I grew up in Harlem in Esplanade Gardens, so I think it's important that we continue, and we mandate that these teachings continue because they have to, man. And we got to spread the greatness of Colin Kaepernick. The man gave up $15 million a year, man. Dude, $15 million. His last contract, he was making $14 million, and he opted out.
Oh yeah.
He opted out. People said the team could have put pressure on him, like they basically said, "Nigga, you ain't starting. We hate you. We want you to leave." And he said, "Okay, I'll leave." But it was a player option on that contract. He could have stayed and got $14 million and been the third string quarterback.
And just sit on the bench.
Just sat on the bench.
Or he could have retired and still get paid.
Yeah.
He had a certain guaranteed
Yes.
amount, so.
Yes. Yeah, so you gotta
give it a Venus day.
Yeah, you gotta respect the man like that, man. You have to respect the man like that.
People, whenever hear somebody tell me, "Oh, he should have never did that." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yep.
You think he stood? I mean, he took a knee because he's disrespecting the flag or soldiers or whatever the case is. He took a knee because of police brutality, and that's it. It has nothing to do with nothing else.
Yeah, you get it.
Nothing else. Not about who had what to eat last night, who slept where. It don't even. It was just about police brutality.
You're right.
That's it. Somebody got killed. He felt the way, and this is how he felt like he needs to express it.
No, that's real. That's super real, and it's how white media, what's called white media, because it's black people spreading these lies to like Jason Whitlock and people like that, is that they want to tie it to something that's demeaning. You know, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton. You know, Huey P. Newton, Martin Luther King, Colin Kaepernick today. You know, it's
that's gonna be
the rise of a black man. It's a you know, you spent 4 years down south. You know.
I know.
Yeah. You know, Cashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
You know.
Cashville.
Yeah. So you get it. I spent a little bit of time down there. I've been to Memphis.
Yeah, I've been there. So I've been there. It's like many times.
Yeah.
I love Memphis.
Yeah.
I love the Southern hospitality.
Yeah. And that's real
Nothing
too.
but love, man.
It's real.
Nothing but love. When I just, you know, like you left New York. Going from asshole city.
Yeah, it is asshole.
Like,
You're right. This is asshole city.
Yeah.
And it's the norm, and it's accepted as the norm.
Like,
it's accepted.
This is it. Like,
Yeah.
This is how we are.
Yeah.
This is it.
All right.
So like, I go down there and people asking me stuff that a stranger wouldn't even. Strangers don't even tell each other good morning out here.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you go out there, you walk into a door, and it's like, hey, good morning.